So I beat the highest difficulty Nightmare 4 on the zombie event solo by myself, which put me at rank 148 on the leaderboards. And in this video I will break down the build and the strategy I used for the run, so if you want to complete it yourself to get the mission and title, here's how I did it solo, and if you want to do it with your friends, just apply the same strategy for all 4 of you. Now, disclaimer. Before we even think about anything else, we need to get some revives. I know it is a bit pay to win, but at this difficulty, every zombie can pretty much one-shot you, so all it takes is for one of them to sneak up on you or for you to not see it and boom, you're dead and the run is over. In my case, I used 11 revives, but I definitely could have been more careful. However, it's better to be safe than sorry, so get as many revives as you think you need. Next up, the hero I used is Blade. Maybe you already know or not, but Blade is the best one for this mode by far. He has built-in lifesteal and attack speed with his Bloodline ability, which scales insanely hard with more upgrades. Plus, most of Blade's upgrades are actually very strong by themselves. Speaking of upgrades, here is the build. On the prepare page, you want to upgrade all the red side. You don't need to be level 40, but more skill points can't hurt. The red side is much stronger and scales much better than the blue side, so this is the best build to go for. As for his abilities, you're not gonna be using them, so just pick whatever. Now for the actual upgrades in the game mode, you want to be getting only red upgrades like these, except for the upgrades which are for his ultimate like this. Anything that has 1000-fold slash is for his ultimate and is not good. Then from the blue side, the only upgrade you want is this one, Sacrifice Sigil. The other ones aren't useful, they're not helping to the red build, but this one is great for clearing out hordes of zombies. As for the neutral purples, you want to be getting damage dealt because it stacks by percentages, so it's really good, and the full moon power if you can get it early because it's an investment. If you get it later on, it's not as good, but I will explain more while we are in the actual game round by round. That being said, here is what you actually do in the game. First of all, when you start up, you want to be getting as much damage as possible. So any red that you see with attack speed, damage, whatever, you want to be getting it, as well as purples that have damage percent increase. And if you see a purple star or yellow star rarity purple with maximum HP, you want to be getting that as well so you don't die later on. But the first few stages are all about getting as much damage as possible. As for the combat at these stages, just do damage, and the dash, as in the spin, does more damage than your regular attack. So if you want to clear them faster, use the dash, although it is more risky because you are forced to go into melee range for the spin, which means you might die. So if you don't want to die as much, just keep your distance. Then for the first boss, which is Namor at wave 5, what you want to be doing is killing the squids because you can't even hit Namor in this phase, and of course clear out the horde of zombies that come up on this stage, while, you know, keeping your distance and making sure you don't die that much. I don't think you will die at this point in the game because it's still fairly early, but you know, you want to be careful and just make sure you get the squids. Next up at wave 10 is the second boss, which is just Wanda by herself with some zombies, of course. And here is where you want to get a bit more maximum HP because Wanda does more damage than the boss Namor, so you don't want to get one shot. Still, everything else is still applying. You want to be getting as much damage as possible. As for the boss fight, you don't really need to be in melee range like I am here. Like, you can definitely keep your distance, but you want to be spinning as much as possible because the spin attack does more damage. And you want to be moving because the stun bubbles from Wanda spawn at your current location. So if you're constantly moving around, you're going to be stunned less often. Then, in the phase where she's just casting her ultimate, which can one-shot you if you don't finish it in time, you don't really need to be looking at the crystals because you should be having enough attack range that you're going to get the crystals regardless if you're looking for them or not, just because of your massive attack range that it's going to hit everything around you. But if you want to be extra careful, you can look for the crystals. Still, I don't think it's really needed. After the first Scarlet Witch boss, if you did the upgrades correctly, you should have enough attack range that you can just stand in one corner of the map and just auto-attack every zombie that's coming across your way from multiple directions. You wouldn't even need to be moving at this point. Just stay still. Just look at like the zombies from an angle where you can cover most of directions, and you don't need to do anything fancy. You should have enough attack range for this without problems. Then the third boss, which is actually two bosses, it's Namor and Wanda combined at wave 15. Once again, you want to be getting as much damage as possible and still looking for some survivability upgrades like damage reduced and maximum HP if they are of higher rarity. As for the fight itself, you want to be mainly focusing on Wanda, but more importantly is killing the squids. You don't want to be spinning too much at this stage because you don't want to be killing the squids too fast, otherwise Namor will actually bug out. So you want to just be using your regular slash attack, making sure to kill the squids and cleaving damage on Scarlet Witch as well. But the main focus is on the squids. If you want to be safe and you don't care about finishing this super fast or anything, you can just focus the Wanda boss first and then worry about Namor. But so that it doesn't bug out for 10 plus minutes, just, keep an eye on the squids as well. Of course, when Wanda does her phase with the shield, you want to be focusing her down to break her shield, or just hitting her and the squids at the same time with your big attack range. Of course, when she goes into her final stage, just focus her down, otherwise you will just die, so you don't want to do that, right? Just focus her down, and then you can worry about Namor once you've killed her. So once she's dead, just keep killing the squids, and eventually Namor will come down and be actually killable for you to hit. It might look like it's not gonna happen, it might take a while, but don't worry, just keep killing the squids and eventually he will come down. Just make sure you don't kill the squids too fast, because I think that is where the bug is happening. If you kill the squids too fast like I'm doing here, if you see up there, his HP bar is actually not going down. But when I start auto-attacking the squids instead of just spinning on them, you see that his HP is actually starting to go down. So you don't want to be spinning, you want to be just hitting them like normal. The zombie waves after those should be very easy, just same tactic as before, stand in one corner and just cleave all of the zombies. This shouldn't be any problem for you, because at this point you should be strong enough to kill the zombies way before they even reach you. Now in the final upgrades before the last phase, which is wave 20 with 2 Scarlet Witches, you want to be getting as much damage and survivability as you can, because this boss does a ton of damage. So at this point, you can also ignore the red upgrades that are about range, because you don't need any more range at this point. You just want raw damage and survivability. So if you can see increase maximum HP that's like purple or yellow, get it. If you see damage received that's purple or yellow, get it. Other than that, get attack speed, attack damage, and damage increase as much as you can. As for the fight itself, I have found out, maybe it's a bug or something, but when I was spinning, I was dying from her attack, yet when I was just attacking like normal, I wasn't dying. Maybe it has to do something with attack speed and lifesteal, or the way the spinning attack works with lifesteal and stuff. I don't know why, but when I was spinning, I was dying, and when I was attacking normally, I wasn't dying. So better safe than sorry, just use your primary attack on her, and really you only need to spin when she's in the shield stage where you need to burst her down. As for this shield stage, sometimes it will be only one Scarlet Witch that goes in the shield stage, sometimes it will be both of them at the same time, but the most important thing for this phase is try to make sure that you can cleave damage both of them, which should be decently easy with your huge attack range from all the upgrades. And of course, same as before, constantly keep moving so you don't get stunned by the bubbles under you. And you also don't want to be going into the left corner where you spawn, because if you place any stun bubbles over there and you die, you will be essentially stun locked on death, so you don't want to do that. You want to be just moving around the arena without going into that one specific corner where you spawn. Then, of course, just focus the Scarlet Witch that has the shield first and try to cleave them as much as possible. Then, once one of them goes into the final stage where she's casting her ultimate, this is where you want to start to be spinning on her as much as possible while trying to cleave the other one if she goes into the shield stage. Then, because the spin, like I said, does more damage, and because one of them is casting her ultimate, you won't be needing that much extra lifesteal, because when she's casting her ultimate, she actually does less damage than when she's focusing you down in the regular phase. Then, as for the last stage, once both of them are casting her ultimate, just constantly spin, and you should have more than enough damage to kill both of them, because you can cleave them and do insane amounts of damage to both of them at the same time, while also killing the crystals, because you have so much attack range at this point that you don't even need to look at them. So just constantly keep spinning, and you should be getting the kill. So with all of this being said, I do hope this has been helpful, and I do hope that you can actually get the kill on them either by yourself or with your friends, so you can finish the mission and get that Queenslayer title that I don't think many people will have it, unless they see this video, of course. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Now go get some wins on those zombies.